that's just pretty amazing. Well, this board's definitely going to be a little more work, but I think it's worth it just for the amount of grain. If you want to have that conversation piece, it's got a great uniform grain, but again, it's a uniform grain, where with this, it's almost a bird's eye. Well, most people would refer to it as quilted, but I think this board is worth the extra work. Well, it's just about 5 o'clock on Wednesday, so I'm not going to finish this project by Friday, but I will have a video up on Friday, and it's probably going to talk about the progress that I've made so far. This is going to be one of my, what I consider my more in-depth projects, where I have a cut list and a drawing on my website, and hopefully this will all be done a week from Friday. But I wanted to talk just a little bit about the process of picking lumber. I went to the lumberyard today, and I brought my client with me, which was a pretty cool experience because they were able to see how much effort and time goes into just picking the lumber. So we spent maybe a good 15 minutes going through this pile, and we finally decided on this one board with a very straight grain, and so we put it to the side, and then we just walked around and looked at some other wood species. And then off in the corner was this board, also sapele, but with a highly figurative quilted grain. So I showed this to the client, and they loved it. And luckily, there's just enough for the top. The top is going to be 72 inches by just about 15 inches, maybe 14 and a half. And this board measures 7 3/4 by 13. Actually, just shy of 13. And you can't see, I don't know if you can see, there's a crack in the board right here. So basically, we just made it by about an inch because I couldn't use this portion of the board. So anyway, I thought I'd just share that with you. It's always, I think people find, or I think people often don't realize how much work goes into custom furniture, and it all comes down to picking the lumber. You really got to put your time in. And now that I've got the top for this, it's kind of the inspiration to get this project going and get it finished, because I can imagine how this grain is going to really pop as soon as the finish hits it. And so anyway, that's all. Just a little bit of a behind the scenes that I wanted to share with you, and I'll see you on Friday.